Good morning. So glad to have you guys on our team, and we're got a few openings left, just a few, but it's getting exciting. I was just talking to Doug yesterday, and the total Avini team is getting close to 3,000, and with the backdrop of billions in the world, millions of people just in North America that have never even heard of the word zeolite, let alone clinoptilolite, let alone activated and micronized. And I've heard of Rick Deitz, the most important biochemist in the world today, and in my world, definitely. But let's go ahead and share some ideas, if I can, and share my screen. And okay, there's nothing so powerful as an idea whose time has come. And we're going to share, I believe, some world-changing ideas that can definitely change your world, has certainly changed my world. And just love this thought right here. And there's a book called Change Your World by John Maxwell. I love it. And this is something he says in here that I think is just so extremely powerful. I experienced something so life-changing that I change. I share something so life-changing that you change. And we facilitate something so life-changing that others change. Change, that's such a powerful idea. What really awakened me was listening to Jim Rohn, where he just really nails that in, that when you change, everything will change for you, and that changed people change people. Wow. And for you to get better, well, for things to get better, that's what you have to do, get better. So here we go. And on the other hand, oh, it's hard. Well, John Maxwell has an answer for that too. Yes, it is. Everything worthwhile is uphill. I just, how do you know you're growing? Because you're going uphill. But think about this idea right here. Growth is painful. Change is painful, but nothing is as painful as staying stuck somewhere where you don't belong. And I just want to say, if you're watching this, I would ask you to consider that you belong here. It wasn't just an accident that you found your way here, especially so new in this game that we're playing. I just feel such a wonderful privilege, an honor to be able to be entrusted with something where, wow, what we do matters, that our influence we have on others is just a reality, an inescapable responsibility. All of us, we have influence on one another. I'm influenced by you, and you're influenced by me. And so there's the reality. But what if we could actually purposefully try to influence people to the greatest good and make the biggest difference strategically, thoughtfully? And that's where this company comes in, is we've really got something here. And that's our whole business. We're in the life-changing business. Isn't that a wonderful thought? And I believe that's our highest purpose. We're here to make a difference. When you look at the end of the day, oh yeah, work is just part of our reality, but not all work is created equal, especially in the context of making change. This is a special, spectacular even business where you have the power to make a big difference in a whole lot of people because of the powerful products we represent, and also the amazing business that we have, where, wow, you teach one person and they teach another person, just as John Maxwell talked about. You change, and it changes your life, and then we strategically every day try to do that same thing by teaching the model. And wow, the essence of life, creating, building something new, that is so satisfying. And Dave Ramsey, I just love this. I think about it all the time. And so I'm just going to share it one more time, that the most rewarding, and of course, the most frustrating, the most profitable thing you will ever do is to learn to lead high quality people well, to learn to bring someone on that's a high quality person, bring and build a relationship, have clear communication, lead them well, and build the culture of the company. Here we are. Wow. We're building a team of high quality thoroughbreds, and everyone is winning. And you had something to do with this. This is a rich thing. Well, I'll tell you, this is a business that's got a soul. We really have something great, and it's worthy of your utmost all. And think about that. Have you ever ran as fast as you could, or have you held back? I know a lot of work I've had wasn't that inspiring, not enough to really help me realize my greatest potential. And I hope you'll look at this as something that, wow, here it is. This moment right now could be your time to shine, your turn to just really go big. So let's see how fast you can run. Well, every organization has leaders, and I've heard this, and I love it, that the organization is essentially the shadow of the leadership. That's a responsibility we have when we bring people into this business, because we're the leader. If we're bringing people in, then there we are. But the people that built this business, they're people you can trust. And every business has products or service. Well, we've got something that you can depend on. And just the central idea of why Avini was built is not, if you talk to any of these guys, it isn't saying we're going to change the world and we're going to be the best and the greatest. Simply, they love these products. They're passionate about them. And if you use them, that'll happen to you too. And we've got an amazing track record of many years of these products in the marketplace that weren't, they just didn't carry their potential because of leadership. And so here we are finally to the point, if you want it done right, I guess we'll have to do it ourselves. And so these people that help create these products in the first place, rather than handing that off to other companies, they just finally said, okay, we've got these products. We want to make them available, and make them available on time, and then pay people and pay them on time, and treat them well. It's just that simple. What a concept. Actually make good products and ship them on time, and pay us well. And wow. And this is something we can depend on. It's happening. And so here we are. And I love this. We're still only months old. And yet, as I look around, most of us, we've known each other for a long time. I'm saying probably minimum of 5 years, up to 10, 20, even 30 years, if you can imagine. And all the people that we're working with, we love each other. We enjoy working together. And finally, we're in an environment where all the right people are on the bus, and the ones that aren't, especially the ones that have been driving the bus in the past, they're not on the bus. So we got the right people in the right place, and wow. And so it's new, and yet we have everyone. We've had several rodeos before. This is not our first show. And so it has this very unique combination of stability and security and provability of stuff that's already done really well. We've done a lot of shakedown cruises, and now we're ready to just really get going. And it's all built about just this mutual trust, and creating a community that is just, it empowers people for success. And everybody from the founders, Rick Deitch, and Neil Roth, Doug Dickey, all of these people, they really, really believe this stuff. The people are the first priority, doing the right thing. Oh my goodness. And I'll tell you that this is all about impact. We can really make a big difference in the world with what we are, and as we grow. And again, growth, that's our purpose. When we're growing, we're happy. I would say so much that if you're not growing, it just messes with the mind. I don't know how we can be happy without being in the process of accomplishment. So here we are. Okay, what drives our company is the passion for just amazing products. This stuff, I wouldn't want to be without any of it. It's amazing. So let's just do a real quick. Okay, Rick will call this the spearhead. This is the beginning of everything on such a fundamental level. I love the idea of the healthy cell concept, and so it's appropriately called cell defender. If you're healthy, it's simply because all of your cells are healthy. And if you think of all the diseases, technically, you could be thinking, well, I've heard of thousands of different diseases, but essentially, you could say all of them are just cellular malfunctioning in different areas of the body. A particular organ or body system has enough malfunctioning cells that it expresses itself as symptoms that we describe, and now we've got a new disease. But again, if all of those cells were healthy, you could not be sick. And it's so simple that how do you have healthy cells? Give them everything they need, and equally important, don't give them what they don't need. So this is something that many clinical studies have shown over a lot of years, that this is something that uniquely enters the bloodstream, moves through the lymphatics, and comes and actually picks up your garbage on site. Wow, there's nothing like that out there. And so this is a big thing. Usually, if you talk to people, almost everyone has heard of heavy metals, body burden, toxic stuff. But if you talk about detox, it's maybe putting your feet in some kind of chemical bath, or taking herbs that make you go to the bathroom or something like that. You talk about this. This is big deal. Everybody needs this. And so probably I would say health, especially where we are, this is just the product. Very unique. And a lot of people are curious, so they look at studies, and a couple of the big ones that are bad out there is lead and mercury. And you can actually try this yourself, do a hair analysis, do urine excretionary stuff, and you see big differences. And wow, and you just can't help but work better if you don't have that burden. In my mind, I'm always thinking that statement that we all hear, that proverb of the straw that broke the camel's back. And I would say all of us are camels. We all have burdens on our back. Some of the camels are already on the ground with broken backs, but all of us have some burden. And if you didn't have that burden, you've got to be able to move and function more effectively. And the best idea is don't wait till you're on the ground with a broken back. Get that straw off. It's just, the best way to treat a problem is never get it. May you never know what you're preventing. Okay, this is a fun one right here. I tell people that just last May, when this company launched, that they did it for my birthday. I turned 72 last May, and I tell people that I'm having a midlife crisis, and I'm starting all over with my encore career. And sometimes I have fun with my friends. I don't tell this to just somebody off the street, but my friends, I sometimes throw them off by saying, and my new career is I'm selling snake oil. But I start out by telling you my background. For several years, I've been using another product that helped me avert a serious crises. And I've been following the biochemist since then, who also works with pharmaceuticals and nutrition. He's just a genius. And one of the things that he has really worked with is venomous animals. And he's discovered some very unique and powerful proteins. And a lot of drug development comes from first looking at nature, some berry on a bush or something. And some of the most powerful drugs are just taking extracts from nature and then manipulating them so they're unique, so you can patent it and things like that. But here's something that I think is really fascinating: is cobra venom has some really interesting things. And there's a particular neuropeptide that has been extracted. It's diluted 10,000 to 1, in fact, also denatured. It's no longer venomous, completely harmless. You could take all of this you want, and it's entirely non-toxic, non-addictive, non-narcotic. But what's really powerful is in a very natural way, it actually works with receptors in your nerves and dramatically modulates or truncates or whatever you want to call it, how our body perceives pain and inflammation. Now, that's a natural process, but it can get out of hand. And if you look up anything bad, inflammation seems to be a part of it. And so this actually naturally tones down pain and inflammation response. And it's so wonderful. And I would say probably half the people you'll meet at any moment, they've got chronic pain of some kind. And it's just infamous that even over-the-counter drugs, they're actually the number one cause of liver failure and kidney failure. This is big deal stuff. Being able to have relief that is entirely safe and effective. And it's even better than that. Rather than building up a tolerance and having to get on something worse and more harmful to the body, you can actually take this and it becomes more efficient in time. It's just absolutely a miracle stuff. So, wow, you'll meet a lot of people that this will change their life wonderfully. They've been hurting for years. All of a sudden, that's been lifted from them. So you're on a mission with these products. This is amazing. All of us are interested in our immune system. That's what's keeping us alive every day, because there's a constant onslaught of different pathogens and bad things that are trying to get us. And mushrooms, there's some of them that are just unique. And when you hang around Avini, you not only learn, like clinoptilolite, I've even learned how to spell it, but Agaricus glazii, which is a very unique mushroom that is just super popular over in Asia. And anyway, this is just a really unique combination, and it does all sorts of different things. And it's something you can take, and I believe you should take every day. It doesn't overstimulate like echinacea or other things and get stuff messed up. It just really helps fundamentally, kind of like our biochemist Rick Deitch says, it's like handing all of your immune system cells walkie-talkies. So it improves, that just communication and makes it work right, modulates it. That's a fun word that we can use. It does that. Wouldn't be without it. This is a big deal. We all need more fiber. America is a constipated nation. We really don't get enough. It's really hard to. But this is so much more than just taking Metamucil or whatever. There's a lot of really valuable fibers, and different kinds of fiber feed different kinds of friendly bugs. And we have literally pounds, ideally, probably maybe 5 pounds of us is the bacteria in our gut. That's crazy. But they do all sorts of important things. And we hear about that's an integral part of our immune system. Most of our immune system lives in the gut, and it's actually not us. It's our bugs that are symbiotic and do important things. So many of the chemicals that make our brain work, neurotransmitters and things, are actually made in the gut by good bacteria rather than made in the brain. That brain-gut connection, the immune system, you can't be healthy without the right kind of bugs that are in us. And this feeds those bugs, and amazing things happen. One of the most important things is everybody's concerned about blood sugar. And we found over and over again, people that get on this product, it actually affects dramatically how food is assimilated. It slows it down. It actually makes your food more available, but it spreads it out over time. I think in my mind, kind of like throwing a piece of paper on a fire that goes whoosh. This helps it like a log. It just burns slower, and it'll change your life. Very easy to do, tastes delicious. Shake some up, a scoop maybe 15 minutes before your two main meals. It'll change your life. Big deal stuff. Another product. Wow. Okay. When you talk about energy, this is not your Red Bull or Rockstar. This is Amazing, amazing stuff. It goes back to Russia years ago when they were trying to win all the Olympic stuff, but didn't want to get flunk on the blood tests and everything. They started doing just a lot of clinical studies to just help people perform better. That's also cosmonauts and soldiers and everything. And, long term, taking chemicals to stimulate, you have a net loss. But if you have what they call adaptogenic energy, that helps the body adapt to stress. It actually helps things work better. And so ADX7, this is something that was a proprietary blend developed by Russian scientists in a lot of clinical studies. This is where Rick got it. This is actually brought over from Georgia. He's added some other things that make everything work better, including pretty much everything we have is Rick's natural zeolite. And this is not a replacement to the Cell Defender. All of the products have that, but this is more like other zeolites out there, except it's cleaner and more uniformly in size, but it's bigger, so that pretty much all the other stuff other than Cell Defender, the zeolite is designed to remain in the digestive tract, where it has tremendous value and actually potentiates and helps absorbability and all kinds of good stuff there too. But what I found, just bottom line, I think one of my most impressive experiences is I was at the home of Barb Ostrom, and she had invited some older people over, and it just happened they were both complaining about just mentally things slowing down and being frustrated by that. And Barb went and got one of these and gave it to the lady, and we're just talking, and I'm saying minutes. All of a sudden, she just is excited. She says, I can feel this. In fact, talking right now, just my sentences, I think things are just coming out. I just feel like everything's processing better. Paul Stowers, a good friend, he's into pickleball and all kinds of stuff like that. And he's been an avid sports guy, racquetball. And before he plays, he takes some of this, and it just helps him work better, kind of knowing where the ball's going to be. So, well, and he's shared this with some of his younger gamer addicts, and they take it and they say, oh, everybody playing games needs to, yeah, your thumbs and your brain are closer connected. Just it's an amazing product, different than the other stuff out there. Okay, silver. Thank you, Doug Dickey. Doug has been playing with this kind of stuff for years. We were in a former company together, and the corporate people actually had a personal experience, arguably maybe even kept him out of the hospital. And they got so excited, they says, this is something we should put on the market, which had never happened before. And Avini picked that up. We launched it, and it was amazing. And then there was some problems with just making it work right consistently, and especially shelf life and all that kind of stuff. And Doug found a better source. This is unique. There's nothing like it out there. All of us have heard of colloidal silver. It has value, but if you take it very long, Rick hates it. He says that it gets stuck in the body, or if you go the other direction and make it too small, like ionic silver, it can actually get inside the cells and mess up how they work. And so Rick has always said, keep it on the outside of your body and you're just fine. Don't take it in. However, he's super on board with this. He loves his papers and studies. And this company comes with a background of using it mostly as an adjunct or something to maybe preserve cosmetics or something safely and different things like that. They'd never actually used it as just a product in and of its own. And so we bottle it. But the thing that's really cool is it's uniquely engineered. So it's uniformly about 200 atoms a piece. But what stabilizes it is a single coating of silver oxide that actually shares electrons with the water. So it makes this kind of tetrahedral matrix in the water, and super stable, works better. And all of the studies are already in. And again, Rick loves his studies. And And so we've got all of this third-party stuff that shows that this particular product, it does not get stuck in the body. It's hundreds of times more diluted, but I would say just an order of magnitude larger surface area because of its small shape and size. It makes it more effective, and it's just the right size, so it just easily moves out of the body. In fact, it won't remain in the body more than 24 hours, and it's completely gone. So you will not turn into a Smurf like regular colloidal silver will do. Okay, I am so excited. This is our new product, and we're learning new words, obesogens. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Obese. About 2/3 of us are that way. And there's actually things, particularly toxins, that actually, you can call them obesogens. You take those toxins and your body sequesters them in fat. And oh my goodness. But anyway, there's just a whole bunch of stuff, so many things that Chip, in a call where Rick was going through all of these amazing different products, it says, wow, there's a lot of stuff. And he said, okay, I'm going to throw this right back at you, because Rick has always been kind of jaded when he reads most other labels and does assays. He loves looking at other companies and other products, and he refers to them as fairy dust. There's enough in the product where you can say, this is in our ingredients, kind of like throwing a chicken in the swimming pool on it, and now you can say we got chicken soup. It's too diluted to have any power, but this is the real stuff. It's really in there, and it's just a big list of all sorts of things that I'll just kind of read that middle paragraph. It's designed to help with burning fat. It raises what we call thermogenesis, blocks carbohydrate, kind of inhibits that. Things that help prevent the creation of new fat, helps control appetite, systemic detoxification, just mood enhancement. It's just it'll, I think, uniquely help people lose weight and detox and just feel better and be better. So we got really, really cool stuff available in 3 different flavors. And we're just launching it. Couldn't be more excited. Everybody's looking. At any one time, about half of America is on some sort of weight loss program, and we're losing. And I believe what we have here is nothing's going to happen, because if you don't address detox, and of course, we've had a lot of people just getting on the Cell Defender where they spontaneously start losing weight without consciously trying to do anything, just because the fat resists. Fat is not just some ballast that we're carrying around with. It's metabolically active, and really it does things. Like, one of the big things is it's got toxins in there, and the body says, I don't want to deal with it. I got it tucked in there. And so it resists losing weight until you address that toxin stuff that's in it. So, wow. And so kind of talking about this, it isn't just ballast. Adipose, that's fat. It's very active metabolically. It actually does things, makes hormones involved in inflammation. Already mentioned, it's kind of a reservoir. Our body uses it to store toxins. Also a reservoir for viruses. Heavy metals get stuck in it, and it's epigenetic. Fat changes your genetics. These are things to really think about. Wow. At the last convention, this was kind of brought up. Wow. Persistently organic, bad stuff. I think the next slide I have talks about that. But think about this. Just one of the scary things, they had a battery of tests that would examine 200 toxins, and they gave it to put it in cord blood, and all of this stuff was there. It's just scary. Wow. Oops, I pushed the wrong button. And so here's the thing that I think is really scary. is epigenetics. It's transgenerational. So here's just a thing on the right hand. A woman who smokes while pregnant induces epigenetic changes in 3 generations at once: herself, her unborn daughter, and her daughter's reproductive cells. That's a scary thought. POP, persistently organic pollutants. There we go. It's the stuff, a lot of it just doesn't easily degrade. It just stays there a long time, lingering not only in the world, but lingering in us. Wow. Disruptive adipogenesis. Wow. This is scary stuff, so that thing just on the bottom, specifically mercury and lead. Wow. Think about that stuff right there, that they alter brain receptors for leptin, creating leptin resistance. Well, that's a popular word now in losing weight. Wow, I just look at this. It just makes me, let me stop here a minute and take some daily, multi-daily cell defender. Oh, I feel better already. Okay, so I think we should get involved, at least as a customer, but also as I mentioned, we have a few openings left for distributors on our team. And wow, we got to work anyway. Why not do work that matters and be rewarded by helping others? Getting started, pretty easy to do. You buy a launch pack. This enrollment pack gives you some product right off the get-go, because, well, if I came to you and says, I want to tell you all about this, and you said, well, what have you noticed? And if I says, well, I actually I don't use it myself, I'm just trying to sell you. Well, that doesn't even make sense at all. And so just even entertaining this idea, it's probably what all of us have said sometime in our life, that if I could really believe in something, I could sell it, because at that point the real best kind of sales is in a way not really sales, it's sharing something that you believe in with people that you love. Well, we all do that anyway. We're talking about just a way to pay you for something that you probably are going to want to do for free anyway, and then just teaching you to strategically do that. And so to launch, you get some product at a high discount, one-time price. You come in with this special launching or enrollment pack, and at that point, you got some product to use and share. Taking the bottles to someone and explaining them, often they'll just buy it right out of your hand. And so it's fun to have some product. And so, wow. And we've got a new one too, Trim Science Activation Pack. And so basically you just pick one of these packs, and at that point you can start sharing with other people. You can gain retail customers. One of the challenges that we have is this stuff is so good that people think, well, I think I'd like to share it with other people and get paid for it. And so they join. So we're got this constant flux. If you got to have a problem, that's a good one, is we have customers converting to distributors all the time. And so there's a lot of benefits. I think just the big thing right immediately is better pricing and ability to share. And because if you talk to people, you're going to have people that will want to get it, and you can refer it to the person that's sharing the product with you. And we love referrals. We really appreciate that. But come and join our team. It's fun. We're creating a club that people naturally want to belong to. And there's 5 different ways to get paid. Essentially, right off the bat, the logical thing is gathering customers, and there's a 20% customer difference between that. So wholesale and retail, and you keep the difference. That's paid weekly. Also, those packs, those enrollment packs, when someone sponsors in, you receive a reward on the enrollment, and that's paid weekly too. And the big income is building the team, building a network. That is so powerful. And you can earn amazing income on the team commission bonus. There's also a rank up bonus. And as you recruit people, all of the people that you recruit on their volumes, you can get an extra bonus, and that can add up to a substantial amount. Now, this is something right at first, I think, oh my goodness, this is a busy looking piece of work right here. But if you look at it more, you realize that it's just a whole bunch of repetition, and it's just multiples of doing a few fundamental things. I highly recommend when you join is that you go to your library and you can find this and print it out. And I've got it on my desk. I refer to it several times a day, and it's easy to just pick up the paper and look at it. Also, right at the top, there's these little, PV, APC, all these little acronyms. There's a key to that, but essentially the P is personal, and I'll just kind of go through that. But essentially, if you look all the way to the left, silver, gold, sapphire, and so forth, that's rank. As you go deeper, it goes all the way down to black diamond. That's how we get paid. If you're a silver, that's fun, but gold pays more. Sapphire pays more than that. That's all based on volume. And volume, of course, is based on how many people are on your team. So let's just go across at the very beginning, and this is how you can get paid. First off, we feel that everybody that's involved in the business should be in the game themselves. They should be a customer. And again, you should be your own best customer. So personal volume that you're actually ordering. And right at first, just to retail or sponsor people, you don't need that. But again, why would you not be using it? And so this is pretty much just automatic, but it's just like pretty much every company I know of. To pay, you got to, to be able to play, you got to pay. And so be your own customer, do at least 100 personal volume. And what this is the next one over is you need a customer. We definitely want people not to just think, well, I'm just going to go out and recruit a bunch of people and not have any customers. So it starts out pretty easy. Active, that's the A, and then P, personal, and then C is customer. Active, personal, customer. So to begin to be a silver, you need 100 personal volume, 1 active personal customer. That's any volume. They don't have to do 100. They'll probably do more, but just place an order that month. And then you want to, and as you look at this business, it's all about finding 3 good people. And so if you have an active sponsor or upline, chances are you'll have some people placed into your business for you. So it's a very cooperative, fun comp plan, but you need to be doing stuff yourself. So you have to actively, you'll want to do more than 1, but you need at least 1 to be a silver active personal distributor. Now in distributor, it fits into that 100. So they've got to do at least 100. And then also it's trinary, but we kind of got training wheels on that first level silver. You only need 2 personally qualified legs. Qualified, that means they're doing at least 100. And so the first part right there is QV, qualified volume. So your total volume needs to be at least 500. So again, if you got personal volume of 100, you got 1 active customer, you got 1 active distributor, and you have 2 legs. And the legs, the natural law of the universe pretty much is the Pareto principle, and it kind of fits into 80% of the people are going to do 20% of the work, and 20% are going to do 80% of the work, and so it allows for that. So if you bring in a couple of people, it's probably going to fit into that 80-20. Well, we're allowing for that. We're not saying you got to do 50-50. Just the natural scheme of things, it'll probably fit into 80-20, and we pay on that. Now, maximum leg, minimum leg, we do the math for you. So at least 500. So 80% of 500 is 400. 20% of 500 is 100. So it shows you the maximum leg, minimum leg. TC, team commission. And so you make $60 plus the retail profits you've made. And so how do you get paid? Have at least 1 customer, do 100 volume, and have 2 qualified legs. And bang. You get a team commission, and that's pretty awesome. Okay, if you can sponsor 1 person, if you can get 1 customer, well, you can do it again. If you can do it once, you can do it again. And if you do it again, you can make it a habit. And if you make it a habit, you could you could actually build a really big business just doing it again and again and again. And so how do you do it again? Well, let's sponsor a couple of more people. And if your qualified volume is 1,000, if you look at for director silver, still 80-20. So the 1,000, 800, 200, the team commission, wow, you did twice as much. You make twice as much, went from 60 to 120. And a lot of people, they'll hit silver executive their first month. If you think, wow, this is fun, I'm going to do more of it. And if it's fun to do, we can do more of it. We can do lots of things that are fun. And so again, if you do 1,500, you've actually hit the top rank of silver executive. And that brings into play over to the right, you see RB, you get 150. That's a rank advancement bonus. So that's a one-time thing. You don't make that every time, but you get it one time. And so let's say you hit silver executive, and a lot of people have hit that their first month. If that were to happen, you'd make some retail income. You'd get the bonus for bringing somebody in for buying that pack. And also you'd get a team commission of 180, and you'd get a rank advancement bonus of 150. So that's pretty cool. What if you hit gold? Same thing. Now, as you hit gold, you bring into the full play of the trinary. You need at least 3 legs. And so if you look at the leg percentages going over there, now you have to have some percentages. And it's just kind of easing in there. Now, the biggest leg, you can only count 70%, 25, and your small leg has to be at least 5%. And so you at that maximum leg, minimum leg, you can see the math is done for you. And you get a team commission of 240, and so on and so forth. So it's all essentially just do those fundamental things. You think, okay, I'm going to build 3 legs. It's trinary. I'm going to continue to sponsor more people. And as you continue to sponsor more people, they're placed down in this matrix, because there's kind of guardrails on this business. You can place 3 people personally, but all the additional people you bring in, you get to position them where you want to down in that leg with the idea of how can I help other people, and teaching other people to help other people, and teaching other people to bring in people. And it starts compounding and accelerating. And as the snowball goes down the hill, it gains momentum and gets bigger and bigger. And right at first, I tell people, wow, that's you doing all the work. And as it gets going, all of a sudden you have this wonderful feeling that your business is no longer just you. It becomes a life of its own. You've taught people how to sponsor. They're sponsoring people. Next, you go to your team on your website and look, and you think, oh my goodness, there's more people coming in. And it gets this chain reaction, and it just gets going. Again, I love this thought. I experienced something so life-changing that I change. I share something so life-changing that you change. We facilitate something so life-changing that others change, and multiplying. Okay, you get 3 people, they get 3 people. Wow, 3, and then wow, 9, and then 27. And I love this idea. Instead of just going to work, getting paid, go to work, get paid, which is how most people work. Go to work, get paid. That's how it works. Kind of a linear income. But what if you went to work and taught other people to work, and taught other people to work? This idea of teaching people to fish versus just giving people fish. But if we could teach people how to teach those people how to fish, you can change the world. And so here we have this, also using the products. I like to refer to it as not health insurance, but health assurance. We have a health empowerment account. and I just love this thought right here, that we have to put a warning, because these products are so amazing. So warning, Avini Health was created for anyone looking to dramatically decrease their discomfort, anxiety, and increase overall well-being. You will experience an extreme boost of energy, improved mental clarity, and the ability to focus like never before. Okay, warning, never use Avini products on an empty spirit. Oh, golly. And this will feed your soul. Doing the business, I think, is some of the most powerful anti-aging and spirit enhancing stuff that you can do, is building and sharing the business. So use only as directed, only if you feel you can handle a high degree of awesomeness. So, okay, we keep it real simple. Just share this with people. And as it gets bigger and bigger, this is what it's all about. We're creating something bigger than anyone individually can do. Together, everyone achieves more. And so think about this. Your ability to get a large group of people to do a few simple things consistently over an extended period of time is what this is all about. Wow. Wow, you can do something wonderful with this. And so fundamentally, amazing products, yes. Cooperative, amazing compensation plan, yes. Oh my goodness. So the opportunity is yours. This is something we've all heard about. Give me a lever long enough and a fulcrum on which to place it, and I shall move the world. Wow. And that's true. That really could happen if you look at the physics and the math of it all. If somehow you could have a lever long enough and a fulcrum, well, it just happens that that's a tool, and Avini is just that tool. We shall move the world. We're going to do it. And oh my goodness, there's a book, How to Be Rich by J. Paul Getty. Lots of good ideas, but this is the singular one that's stuck in my mind. I would rather have a 1% return on 100 men than 100% return on just myself. So here we are. Change your world. Stop talking yourself out of opportunities because you don't feel ready. Now is the time. This is the moment. So let's just do it. This is the last convention we had. We had a couple of hundred people there. It was wonderful. It was just last October. I would say if you visit with anybody that went, their eyes are still shining. It was amazing. This is going to be bigger. I believe when we come, the things that are going to be available, you're going to be glad you came. We'll be forever transformed. And I would say, okay, it would be wise if you're just kind of thinking, and I wonder if this is real. I wonder if I should do it. We call it due diligence when you're investigating an opportunity. That would be the best due diligence, is come and meet the people and see what we're about. That's what you're joining is the team. Well, come for that. But also, if you can just have a little bit of faith in us and maybe test it a little bit where you think, okay, I'm going to come, so I'm going to put this in your mind. I'll just assure you, you come, you're going to be glad you did. But at the same time, you're going to be thinking, oh, why did I not try to get Mary to come, or Bill, or whoever? Oh, wow, if they were here, they would be excited too. So use this as an investment in your own business, not just as a consumer, and come yourself. Have a goal to bring a bunch of people with you. And so, wow, this is just the thing I love. The person that does the most good for the greatest number of people. That's how we can and should measure success. Wow. So let's do this. So I'd just like to say the timing's right. The market is immeasurable. The product's truly unsurpassed. And you can be one of those people that makes the big difference. And so get in, stay in, and do the right activities every time. Talk to people every day, and you can't help but make good. So, hey, love you all, and let's go do this. Take care.